What's up, YouTube? So today I want to show you one of my current favorite FM leads in Vital. Let's dive in and have a look. So this lead originated as a preset from my preset pack, Glitch Psytrance Essentials Volume 2 for Vital. So I'm going to post a link to where you can grab that in the description. But I want to talk about, my thought process when I was creating this lead, because it's something that can be applied to a lot of similar kind of leads to get a very similar sound, but with a lot of kind of tonal control. Of course, it's an FM lead, so generally what I do when I'm setting up my FM leads is I will enable an oscillator 2. I will turn down the level. Generally speaking, I will set it down by 2 octaves, so that's minus 24 semitones. So for this particular example, we're going to go with one of the basic shapes, sine waves, and that is going to be the FM source for oscillator 1. So in terms of the oscillator setup, this is pretty much it. You can actually go a little bit further. I'll show you a couple of ways in which you can vary the sound a little bit with a couple of other parameters over here. We're going to get into that a little bit further in the tutorial. So let's just set up the filters real quick. So what we want to do is we want to set a filter 1 over to high pass mode by dragging this top parameter like this. And for those who don't have semitones units enabled, I generally recommend doing that in the advanced panel over here. And then this slider, let's move down to somewhere around like minus 22 semitones. We're going to give this quite a bit of resonance. So let's say, for example, like 79%, 80%, somewhere around there. So we can still come back and fine-tune these to taste, but this is pretty much it in terms of the oscillator setup and in terms of the filter setup. So let's dive into the effects. So one thing I really like to do, specifically with these FM sounds, what we can do is we can actually get a quick audition of what the sound is sounding like so far. So this is kind of like our bog standard Psytrance FM lead. I want to show you a couple of interesting ways in which I like to process these FM leads. So first and foremost, distortion is a really nice way of kind of rounding off the sharp edges and kind of complex nature that tends to arise from frequency modulating waveforms. Here with this one, let's go to linear fold, and we can turn this drive up quite somewhat. And then we're going to turn back the mix quite a bit. So we can fine tune these to taste, but let's just say, for example, somewhere around 20 dB and 0.25 or so on the mix. So you hear how it's given that kind of like warm mid-range now. Although I find like now the edges feel a little bit kind of digital. So what I like to do here is somehow color the pre of the distortion. So we could either do this with a filter, but in this example, what's a really nice thing to do, because often with this kind of sound, I'm doing like very staccato notes. So something like a chorus with a very low tempo that just kind of adds a little bit of tail to the sound before the distortion can be a really nice, powerful kind of combination. Yeah, suddenly the sound is now like become alive. So what I want to do is dial back the mix a little bit. Perfect. So to fine tune this to taste, you can also change up this this EQ of this over here. But what I want to do is I'm just going to set these to default because I'm probably going to EQ the sound later in the mix. Another way for tone shaping the sound is to play with these delay parameters and depth parameters over here. Check this out. So it's a nice way of tone shaping the sound without changing it too drastically. Okay, so how are we going to articulate this sound? How are we going to play this sound in the track? Generally with these kinds of things, a really nice addition is a high pass filter after the distortion. So we could use this built-in distortion over here, post, to actually put that after the distortion. But because we have a filter in the effects section of Vital, we may as well use that. So over here, I'm going to set this to about minus 20 again. Let's set this over to a high pass. Then we can reduce this resonance down to about 15 to 20% to taste. Okay, let's listen to what this sounds like now when we play this. So here with this, what I like to do is set up a macro so that I can define the start and end point of the filter sweep. Because often with these kinds of sounds, it gets to about here, and you're not really hearing the sound anymore. So for a kind of more finer, detailed sweep, it's actually a good idea to fine-tune your min and max amounts while you're actually playing with the sound. Check this out. What we can also do is add the macro to the resonance. And don't go all the way. And so what happens is when we sweep that filter upwards, notice how it's going to get that kind of more controlled peak. Okay, we've gone too far now. So notice how when we sweep up to that really high frequency, there's a little bit of this kind of low tail still coming through, this mid tails coming through. Let's set this filter to 24 dB, and it's going to be a much more pronounced cutoff. And if we really want to fine tune this, we can even dive into the matrix. And over here on this assignment, filter FX cutoff, we can change the linearity of the sweep. So for example, it'll be slower in the mid-range. And I find like with the filter sweeps, a very fine curve like this, ever so slight, not linear, just sounds a little bit more natural. Okay, anyway, back to the sound itself. Notice how we get a little bit of volume drop in the sound when it sweeps upwards. Here what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little bit of compression just to even out that sound. So the thing with this compressor though is it's kind of very audible. So I generally like to just tone it down a bit just so that we're kind of evening out, using it as a kind of gain, and then evening it out a little bit so that we still have some of the original sound, just so it's not as brutal, if that makes sense. And just fine-tune this mix parameter while you're sweeping the filter to kind of get that perfect sweep. So generally when I'm kind of sound designing leads and stuff, I'll generally kind of at this point EQ them, kind of remove some of the lows if I need to. But here, because of the nature of how we've designed the sound, it's got kind of so much high pass filters on it already. I don't think we need to EQ it. It only exists in the mids and highs anyway. So I'm going to move on to the reverb and delay. And here I'm just going to apply a little bit of reverb, a little bit of delay, set it over to a 1/8 dotted ping pong. And we can actually reduce the mix and then just fine tune the filters over here. And then add a little bit of filter, reduce the mix, and fine tune the filters over here. Alright, sounding great. Okay, so at this point, let's look at the voicing. This type of sound, when you have too many voices overlapping, it gets very dirty. So I'm going to go ahead and set this to one voice, so we've got it in a monophonic mode. We can give it a legato and a tiny bit of glide. So that way it slides from one note to the next. Fantastic. Okay. That's about it. I want to talk about how I would usually articulate the sound when we're actually playing with it in a track. Let's just go ahead and save this preset. I'm going to upload that preset to my Patreon for all my $5 supporters. So here with this one, like I said, I generally go with like staccato sounds, and then sometimes take advantage of that glide. So staccato but spacious kind of progressions with this one. So it'll be like a long note, And then maybe here what we can do is like a couple of the shorter notes. Okay, that's too short. And then I would just modulate that high pass frequency, that macro that we've created. So here in Bitwig, we can actually do the modulation of these parameters directly from the actual clip itself by just going like this, clicking on this Show Automation Editor panel over here. So here you can see it says Vital Macro 1, and we can actually just draw in that modulation as like a clip, which I think is super powerful because now we can kind of loop it in the project as we need it. Specifically for these kind of Psytrance leads where you want these kind of complex modulations, being able to like draw it in a clip like this, I really like this. What we can even do is with some of these more staccato notes, we can select them all. We can open up this over here and just change the chance value of these notes. So they have like a 50% or so chance of playing, but the big notes, the main notes, are going to play every time. So this creates a nice, almost semi-random kind of pattern, but you have these accent notes that'll play every time. So when we use the chance, sometimes it's nicer to actually jump in there and fine-tune these effects. So we can add like more delay and more reverb because now we've got the space in between the notes. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes it can help to actually just add some extra EQ because, you know, after all those effects, especially if you're boosting them like this, after all these effects and stuff, the mids and lows can get a little bit too much. So just to get it to fit into the context a little bit better, it can help to just cut some of the more lows. Awesome, that is about it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Remember, I'm going to be uploading this preset to my Patreon for all my $5 supporters. Also, it was based on a preset that was part of a bigger preset pack. About 100 sounds, bunch of them are lead sounds that I actually do use quite often. I would say that Volume 2 and Volume 3 are probably my most used preset packs out of all of them, specifically those leads, if you're looking for this kind of stuff. So anyway, if you enjoyed that, let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.